Welcome to Students Incorporated. I'm your host, Mr. Jason. Join me weekly as my students and I bring you content that's informative, positive, fun, and uplifting. This podcast is created and produced with the help of students from the International Community School of Bangkok. In a world that constantly asks you to pick a lane and specialize, what happens when your passion refuses to fit in one box? What if success isn't about digging deep in one spot, but about having the courage to build in many? Today, we're exploring the power of versatility and the mindset of an entrepreneur who has built an empire by doing just that, transitioning from law to education, from education to skincare, and blending decades of family tradition with a modern global vision. We're diving deep into a story of our guest today of Matoom, the tycoon of many trades. But before we introduce our special guest today, let's hear our quote of the day and get some headline news.
Our quote of the day comes from an entrepreneurial mindset that perfectly captures the spirit of Matoom, the tycoon of many trades. Versatility isn't about doing everything, it's about daring to try anything. It reminds us that success doesn't just belong to specialists, it also belongs to those brave enough to explore, adapt, and reinvent themselves along the way. In the world that often tells us to find one thing and stick with it, Matoom shows that being multi-talented is a strength, not a distraction. Every skill learned, every project started, and every trade mastered becomes part of a larger story, one built on curiosity and courage. Don't wait for the perfect moment or perfect path. Start where you are, start something new, and let your versatility lead the way. And that's our quote of the day. Now on to some headline news.
Thank you for the quote of the day. Now here's some headline news from around the world. Our first story comes from Fox Business. According to the report, more than 153,000 job cuts were announced this past month, the highest total in that month since 2003. The surprising part, many of these layoffs are being linked to the increase in automation and artificial intelligence. Instead of hiring new staff, companies are leaning into AI tools to cut costs and streamline operations. Economists say this might be the first real sign that AI is starting to reshape the global job market, not just in tech, but across industries from finance to logistics. All right, next up, we move to the global tech front with a headline from Fox Business Tech. NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang made waves this week when he suggested that China may soon overtake the U.S. in artificial intelligence development. He pointed to China's aggressive investments in hardware, data infrastructure, and government-backed AI research. This isn't just about technology, it's about who will lead the next industrial revolution. Analysts say if China wins this race, it could reshape everything from global supply chains to how Western companies compete in innovation. And finally, our third story comes from TechCrunch. Peloton recalls 833,000 bikes after reports of injuries. Peloton, once the darling of the home fitness boom, is facing serious challenges again. The company has recalled over 800,000 of its Bike Plus models following reports of injuries caused by faulty parts. This recall comes just as the company was trying to rebuild its reputation after previous product issues. It's a reminder of how fragile consumer trust can be and how one safety incident can ripple through a brand's financial and public image overnight. So, from major layoffs tied to AI to global competition for technological dominance and the continuing tension between innovation and consumer safety, the business world is evolving faster than ever. And that's our headline news for this episode. Thank you for the quote, and the news really paints a picture of a world in constant change, driven by AI, intense global competition, and shifting consumer trust. It proves that to succeed today, you have to be ready to adapt, pivot, and reinvent. And that is the perfect transition to our main discussion. Our guest today is the very definition of that. We welcome Tycoon Matoom, who is, in a way, a tycoon of many trades. He has navigated career shifts from law to education to building his own global skincare brands. And he is with us in the studio today. Esther, why don't you kick off our conversation?
Welcome to our podcast, Matoom. Please introduce yourself and tell us a little about what you do.
My name is my Thai name is Matoom. My full name is Akare Sutalachi. I run many business in Thailand now. I moved back from Melbourne, Australia 5 years ago, and I joined my family business. Now I look after international department. We do a lot of business in Thailand, cosmetic factories, trading, real estate, education.
I heard you started out as a student in Melbourne, as a worked part-time while studying, and how did those early experiences shape your mindset to today?
I start from nothing to zero. I have no family in Melbourne. My mom lives in Adelaide, and I work part-time at a coffee shop called Hudson Coffee. It's like franchise, like Starbucks, but Australian versions. And I have to pay my rent on my own too. My family pays the tuition fee, so I don't have time to party that much, but I work part-time as well. Apart from working part-time at the cafe, I work as a model too. And I was on the ads and on TVC, promoting Australian tourism and Melbourne Fashion Week too. So I clean the toilet, fashion show, what else, TVC. So I did everything for living just to pay rent and to support myself there. I think that's the best way to learn, because I used to live in the UK before, but my parents support me financially, which means I can go party, I can go, I was underage, no. Drinking, no. I didn't drink. Yeah. This is the best way to learn. I think my parents learned from my past, so they didn't support me financially that much. So that, shaped where I am today, and then to survive by myself. Yeah.
Sounds like you've had a lot of experience
Yeah.
as a worker, and as well as partying as well. So moving on from that, I've heard then you studied sustainability management at Monash University and later ended up working as a paralegal in Melbourne. So I'd like to ask, what inspired you to take the leap and start Tycoon Education and take that very first step into your very first business?
Well, it really rare back to those days, like more than 10 years ago, sustainability. People like, what is this? Why would we care about sustainability? What the meaning of sustainability, right? I want to learn how to, sustain the business. It's easy to make business, but it's harder to maintain it, how it's gonna make the business last long, So I decided to study this course at Monash University. And then after that, it's hard to get a job in Australia, especially for international students back to those days. People got the same degree as well. And we have to apply the same, application with all the locals. And I feel like I was lucky to get a job. I applied more than 100 places. I got interviewed for just 5 places, and then I got a job as a paralegal. I didn't do a law degree. I did some law unit. It doesn't count, but it ended up working at immigration law firm in Australia. And that way I started how to deal with international students, international immigrants who want to move and have a better future in Australia. And I was like, oh, this is a great job, because you help people to guide them to not just work on paperwork. So you have to help them choose the right course, choose the right visas, feel like you're part of their journey to setting new life in new country. That's what I'm proud of. I didn't make that much in a paralegal, get paid really low. We're I'm pretty much the slave of the lawyers. But I learned a lot though. I learned that I get paid. I didn't do law, but I learned a lot of immigration law, Australian immigration law for free, and I get paid. That's how I managed to survive for a year. Yeah.
That sounds so phenomenal. After that became a big shift into skincare and beauty, what gave you the courage to start over in a new industry?
It's actually my family business. We've been in Thailand for 60 years. People would be like, oh, Karis, why would you've been doing Tycoon for almost 10 years. Back to those days, almost 10 years, but now 10 years old now, Tycoon. Back to my roots. My family support me selling herbal powders from small shop before we even have 7-Eleven in Thailand. So it's my family business, and I say it's the right time for me to come back here to Thailand to help them, especially before COVID too. I didn't know COVID can happen. I came back not even a year, COVID happened. So even though we've been in Thailand for many years, it doesn't mean we're gonna last that long. A lot of big company closed down during COVID. So I spent my time for 5 years, work for them, work for my family too. I learned a lot, because my family was in Thailand, I wouldn't be back. I would probably still in Australia. I love Australia. Life there was good. Yeah, but I'm glad I came back at the right time to help save the company too. Everyone helped each other. Everyone helped us. But I'm proud to be part of, when crisis happened, I was there to help them too. And we survived COVID. And you know what's funny? During COVID time is like the bestseller year of our company. I was like FMCG products, I was not highlight seen our product before. In 7-Eleven, we have many Thai brands under the same group. And the skincare would cost just 25 baht to 55 baht. Even though people like were stressed, depressed, they still want to look pretty. They got more time to do like treatment and hair. So I was like, oh, okay, COVID was great for us. Is that weird? But we do the right marketing too at that time though.
So, your experiences stemmed a lot from your family and parents at the time, but then I heard later on you built your own skincare brand from the ground up, something you did truly on your own. So I'd like to ask, what inspired you to create it, and what does it mean to you sentimentally?
Well, I actually just quit my job, my family business from the beginning of the year, which means I have no salary. But I was like, it's the right time for me to grow on my own now. 5 years was just enough for me. I learned a lot from them, and I feel like I want to build another cake, not fighting just, for just one cake. I believe that one day if I have my own empire, I could support them too when they need me financially. People say like, Karis, why would you choose this way? Really stupid. Because, you already got everything there. But at the end of the day, I came from big family. I'm like generation 3. I wanted to prove to myself, mostly myself and others too, that I could do this on my own, like sales make. I hate it when people say like, oh, Karis, you got everything, on points already. Your family got this, got that. I was like, because I'm the guy who try really hard. Sometimes no one's saying it, but that's okay. I'm the one who know what I'm doing. At the end of the day, when you grow older, you care less about others, what people say. You know what you're doing, and at the end of the day, you should be proud of yourself. That's the main reason why I started It's called BioCell. It's a really new brand. My partner is a doctor, skin doctor, and I'm the factory owner, right? So it's like good combination between factories, R&D team, and skin doctor. Like same generation too. I want to do things on my own way. That's why I was like, okay, it's time though. I still meet the salary, yes, but start up is always hard from the beginning. But I'm sure it worked out after a few years.
Wow. I'm also very nice factor about this. Like, your family has been in skincare for over 60 years, which sounds so professional. How do you balance your tradition with bringing your own modern version to the brands?
It took a lot of time for me. Like generation 2, generation 1, and my generation, we think differently, but we share the same goal to keep the company forward. How could we survive this year? How could we survive the crisis? How could we come up with a new campaign? Yes, sometimes we have to separate at home, I'm a grandson, I'm a son, but at the company, I'm the director of this department. So sometimes you have to brave enough to say no to your uncle-in-law, to your auntie too. Brave enough to challenge your grandma who's founded the company. But at the end of the day, we have the same goal. Like we want to make profit of the company. We want to share this good thing to Thai people and international market too. I would say it took me quite some time to adapt it, because I used to work in Western country. We can just speak things honestly, like straightforward. But in Thailand, respect, yes, we do respect each other in Western country too. But, when it comes to families, yeah, it's really sensitive sometimes. Like, why would you do that? I was like, why would you hire me if you want things to be the same? You should just keep this budget for marketing budget would be better, right? You hire me because you want something new. Otherwise, you don't need me here. I just be straightforward to them. It takes time for me. It takes time for them to accept who I am, and this is like the new generations. And even me now, I have to adapt to work with Gen Z too. They work differently from us. I'm Generation Y, right? The new gen, like Gen Z. If you add up myself too, I was like, Karis, Matoom, you can't be that guy that you didn't like before. Open your heart and you open your mind. Understand them. Yeah, like your generation. We'll probably work with us one day soon.
Matoom, thank you for sharing so much with us. It's truly fascinating and encouraging, a powerful reminder that every entrepreneur's journey is unique. We've already covered a great deal of ground, but we need to pause for a quick break. So stay put. We'll be right back with part 2 of our discussion right after this short PSA.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, everybody. Here's a quick message for your health and safety. Don't skip the label. In today's market, it's easy to get overwhelmed by marketing buzzwords. But remember, the most important information about your skincare and wellness products is right on the ingredients list. Take a few seconds to research unfamiliar ingredients, especially if you have sensitive skin or allergies. Look for clear indications of manufacturer quality and any certifications. This is especially true for herbal products. Natural doesn't always mean safe for everyone. Be an informed consumer, knowing what you put on and into your body is the first step towards true wellness. Check the label, stay safe. And welcome back to our discussion with our guest, Tycoon Matoom. Before the break, we were tracing Matoom's journey from law to education and skincare. Now let's dive deeper into the strategy and values behind those brands. Esther, go ahead and get us started again.
Okay, so running a family business isn't always easy, cooperating with them and getting in the same level as you. What's one challenge you faced and how did you handle it?
I would say generation gap between that I mentioned before, with my auntie and with my grandma too, and communication. Sometimes, when it comes to family business, you could say something a little bit often that to them, you have to make sure you don't ruin the family relationship too. Yeah, so you have to maintain professionals and family too. That's one of the challenge I have faced in the past before. But like I mentioned before, at the end of the day, we have the same purpose. We share the same dreams as well. And me myself have to do something a little bit slower as well, because back to those days, people do things a little bit slow. Like me, one thing to get things done fast could affect the work that have been done in the past 40, 50 years too. So me myself, I also have to change too, which I did, and the team too. Imagine one of the finance director who worked there since you were born. Now they have to work under you. How would you manage that? Calling you from Nong Matoom to Kun Matoom, you have to prove to them that you're worth it, that you could do things, that you could lead the company too. Not many people could lead the company, even just the heir of the family. So it takes time and it's proven by your work as well. Yeah, don't let that say that you got the position by granted. I work hard to be in this position too. Yeah, to prove to them that you can do this. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah. I'm not sure you guys got family business or not, but this is what can happen when you go back to them as well, even though small or big. Yeah, we like medium size, but still. But enjoy it along the way. I would tell people, and even myself too, I learned a lot of new things from them in the past 5 years. Even I just quit from January. Yeah.
Seems like very tough experiences.
Yeah. But that's for the best though. I'm happy now. Now we're happy though, but work, some day tough, some days good. That's life, right?
Yeah. Speaking of your life experiences, you've lived in Thailand and Australia, two vastly different places geologically and culturally.
Yeah.
Places that can bring you such contrasting experiences. So I'd like to ask, how do you see Thai creativity and entrepreneurship being recognized around the world today? Because it's not such as prominent as Australia or other countries.
Well, good question there. We have not many business owners or entrepreneurs in Thailand. Believe it or not, in Australia, it's rare to have your own things because all the expenses quite high compared to Thailand. But yeah, I feel it doesn't matter where you live. You still you. And I learned a lot from Australia as well, and I learned a lot from Thailand. And now I'm still doing business in both countries. I got the office in Melbourne too for Tycoon Education, still operating right now for more than 10 years, and one in Thailand too.
And another one, through Akara Houses and Akara Aroma, you've highlighted Thai culture in your work. Why do you think culture is such a strong, important part of businesses?
Does make us unique. Otherwise, it would be the same. If we don't have cultures, it's just a house. But Accra House is located in Sukhothai, right? Sukhothai was first Thailand capital city. You guys know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Okay, I just heard about it 2 years ago. I don't know where. I bought the antique, the heritage house, 120 years old, opposite 800 years old temples. It's in Sukhothai, in Sri Sachinalai. A lot of history. And it's really popular right now because Thai culture, so-called Thai culture, back to those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with our cultures, what makes us different than others, right? Yeah, so that's why Accra House is really unique right now. It's like Airbnb, but you could book it from Agoda and Booking.com too. Yeah, and for foreigners love it. Thai people, they don't even know where's Thai. How weird. I don't think you guys know where's Thai. You guys know? You know? Where?
We've been there on a
Oh, you've been there? Oh, yeah. Oh. My house, oh, okay. My house is located in Srisachanalai, in another part of Sukhothai, but it old town, it opposite historical park as well. Yeah, you guys should go when you guys have time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must have such a nice view, right? With all
800 years old temples. Imagine that. You wake up and you see the view of the river, Yom River, and the temples like that every day. You see the view of the pagoda, like what Arun. But this one is called. This one people call Wat Paplan, but if you compare it to the temples in Bangkok, it's like the Arun temples. You can see the pagoda with a nice view, but it's, really quite slow if compared to Bangkok. Yeah. If I want to take a break from Bangkok for a bit, I go there.
seems really crazy now that I'm trying to envision that. So, well, that's a lovely house to have. I wish I would, eventually maybe I'll buy one there.
Yeah. You can just book and visit there, It's a 3,000 baht for a night. Come
And
on,
I-
breakfast.
maybe I should go to your Airbnb.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
do that too.
Okay, so you've built many businesses in education,
Yeah.
beauty, and real estate, just as we spoke.
It's near. Near.
Is okay. So I'm sure you've had your share take on each, sort of sector of business there.
Yeah.
So what's one value that connects all of them?
Integrity, to be honest though. When people trust you, you can do a lot of things. Yeah, and apart from that, passion. You must love, you must like the thing that you do. Yeah, so it comes together for me.
For students just starting out and finding their way for the future, what's one piece of advice you wish you had back in Melbourne?
Well, I have a lot of advice.
Oh, one, the very importantest one,
Just do it. Simple as
just
that.
do
though.
it.
Just do it. Live your life. Be curious. Make a mistake. Go to party. Take courses.
go to party.
For real, like go to balls. Attend all the event that you could do. You can't turn back to your high school anymore. Just that's why I said just do it, because by just do it, you could do a lot of things. You wouldn't feel regret. I have no regret joining so many clubs. Back to my uni day or in my school day as well. Yeah, make mistake. Work part time. Fall in love. Cry. Whatever, it's part of life and you won't regret anything at all. So just do it, follow your heart. Yep. Be brave.
Is there a very favorite memory of yours from Melbourne?
Yeah, so many.
Only one.
Oh.
Only one.
Only one, right? Oh, okay, this is good. This is the first day that I tried to apply for the job at Justin Shopping Center. It a department store, right? And I never worked in sales before. It took me 2-3 hours to hand out my resume. I stand there at Lacoste store and I was like, you can do this. Mr Matoom, you can do this. Because I was a little bit shy because back in the UK, my Thai friends don't want work part-time before. Back to my day, oh, you work, you don't have money. Oh, that's funny. But for my Australian friend, they're like, how come you don't work? Are you, what's wrong with you? Everyone work here. So people around you is really important. So totally different. My Thai friend, back to those days, I was young, not 16, yeah. But I was 20 something back then in Melbourne town. So people were you must work hard. You can't just rely on your family. If you want to do something else, if you want to have pocket money, you must work. So people, 99% of my friends, my classmates from everywhere, all the Australian locals from countryside, from Melbourne too, from other state too, they work. So it encouraged me Karius, you must work. So it's one of my highlights because it took me hour to this is my resume. Please take me. But after once, I remember Lacoste, right? They thought oh, you want to buy something? No, I'm looking for a job. And then I ran away because I was shy. And then I never got any call back. But you have to, in retail, you have to be brave to sell stuff. But I was so shy because hand on my resume, I was okay, I can do this. But after the first store, I ended up hand out my resume more than 20 store back to those. It was happiest day of my life. Because I could just, I I thought I was the winner. Back to those, I didn't get any job. I don't know why, because I didn't have any retail experience. But at the end of the day, I win my heart. I find my fear. Like I was fearless back to those days. I was like, yeah, that's one of my highlight thing. Yeah.
So, actually, what's really intrigued me, and from what from talking to you,
Yes.
I've heard that you have such a, you always like, what is it, when you're talking to yourself, you always say your full name. It seems like you have such a strong self-identity, and like I feel like that gives you the confidence and like sort of shows how like far you've become and how you've really truly know yourself now. And how is that like self-identity? How does that help you throughout life? I want to know.
Well, every time I say, Matoom, accolade, you can do this, because it reminds me of myself, what I have done in the past and how far I came right now. Yeah, so it gives me the energy like, you could do this. I always tell myself when things get tough, because at the end of the day, guys, no one could help you except yourself. Even your friend, they could guide you, but the one who makes decision is you. Which university you want to go, which job you want to apply. It's up to you. So I spend a lot of time by myself. I love going to see friends as well. But, once you get a little bit like older, have more experience, you talk to yourself more. Like, hey, Kurt, let's talk to yourself. What do you want to do? Why are you so stressed? What can we help? What can myself help me? So that's why I love calling it like, Matoom Akres. You can do this. And if I've done something wrong, I'm going to tell myself, it was wrong, fix it too. So it takes a lot of time to be in this, level of like talking to yourself verbally, Yeah, but, yeah, been there, done that, and doing that again.
Thank you so much for coming on site and having a recording with us. We're actually so grateful. Thank you so much for everything, Piwatum. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A massive thank you to our special guest, Matoom, for sharing his incredible story. And of course, thank you to our co-hosts, Esther and James, for their insights and great questions. The big takeaway for me today is that your path doesn't have to be a straight line. Success can be found in the courage to pivot, to blend tradition with new ideas, and to stay curious. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please be sure to subscribe to our podcast on whatever platform you're listening on, so you never miss another episode. And as always, this podcast would not be possible without the hard work and support of our international student production team.
All music and sound effects are courtesy of Pixabay.com, a vibrant community of creatives sharing copyright-free images, videos, and music.
And we're signing off. Until next time, we're Students Incorporated, because your voice matters.